In today's video, I want to talk about 3 hidden airdrop gems no one is talking about, but I see huge potential in them to give out big airdrops to its users. The first one you can already see in the background, it's ALEXIR. I already did, for example, a node setup guide for this project a few weeks ago, which you can check out on my channel. But that's not what we want to do today, because there is another task which we can do. Before we get into that, what exactly is ALEXIR doing? They are providing order book liquidity for different derivative exchanges. And I'm not talking about small derivative exchanges. No, I'm talking about 2 major players in this market. As you can see here, there is Hyperliquid and DYDX. And if we jump on DeFi Llama, those are both in the top 5 of the derivative exchange which we have in this market. DYDX with a total value locked of over 400 million on place number 2, and Hyperliquid on place number 5 with 290 million US dollars in funds on these exchanges. And not only that, no, ALEXIR also managed to get a huge funding just a few days ago of 8 million US dollars, and they totally raised almost 18 million US dollars with a valuation of 800 million US dollars. And when this launches, I'm pretty sure this will go to at least 1 billion US dollars. And they will most likely have a token at some point, which could be then quite valuable. So how you can participate in this and get your hands on some of those tokens besides setting up a node? You can do that, for example, by coming over to their dApp, where you can provide liquidity. And how undervalued and underfarmed this is, you can see by taking a look at their total value locked in the pools they offer here. They are just around, I would say, 10 to 50 million US dollars if we add all these numbers up. And you can just provide liquidity on Sui, for example, on Arbitrum or on Ethereum. What I decided to do here in this case is provide liquidity in a stablecoin pair on the Arbitrum network. And I did it, for example, here with USDT and USDC. What you want to do is pretty simple. You just want to come over to supply. For example, you also get very nice APRs here. So for all yield farmers, this is a real dream over here. So you just click on supply, then you just want to allocate those funds onto the platform. So 50-50, you supply it, and you just leave it there and passively farm for the airdrop. In this case, I would say at least 300 to 500 US dollars to have a substantial amount. I mean, the good thing is you can withdraw your funds at any time in case you need them. And that's already it. That's how you can farm for the ALEXIR airdrop, which will hopefully happen within the next 2 quarters. The next one I wanted to talk about in this video is probably one no one is expecting. And yes, it is the second part of the Starknet airdrop. In this case, they currently provide a campaign with Interact where you can farm XP points. And I know the first airdrop was quite unsatisfying for many. I, for example, also didn't receive any Starknet tokens from this. But in this case, it's more fair and the criteria is more clear. Starknet is currently the 5th biggest in terms of total value locked of all the layer 2s of Ethereum. It's smaller than Arbitrum, Optimism, Blast and Manta. But then Starknet comes with currently around 1.5 billion US dollars in total value locked. And the only thing you want to do right now is jump onto their InRe Campaign and complete those tasks where they offer up to 40 million Starknet tokens. And at the current valuation of the token, which is sitting at $2.11, those are over 80 million US dollars, which will be distributed in campaign rewards. And I think nobody is currently farming for this, because the great thing is we just had a few days ago the Dencun upgrade, and gas fees on Starknet are currently at around 1 to 2 cents. And they were before at around, I would say, 50 to 100x that value. So you had to pay to provide liquidity on some platforms. Depends on which time of the day, of course, but around 3 to 5 US dollars. And now those fees are reduced drastically, and it's very cheap to interact on Starknet. You want to collect all those 4 pictures or NFTs basically, which you unlock by doing those levels or by doing those tasks. They currently have 6 tasks live, and the only thing you want to do is provide liquidity in pools and do swaps with the minimum amount they display here. As you can see, I already did at least 1 quest of all of them, and I plan to do all of them until the 22nd of March, because this will be the end date for the campaign. So there's not much time left, and there are not that many people participating because they had a bad experience with the Starknet airdrop at the first time, and now they are just skipping this one, which in my opinion is a big mistake in this case. So I will definitely do all those tasks until the 22nd of March. You should of course also do the social tasks over here, which are very easy. And all those should unlock the 4 NFTs over here so that you have the maximum amount of exposure to get your hands on the Season 2 airdrop of Starknet. And the last one which I wanted to show you in this video is JumperExchange. This is a bridge platform which doesn't charge any fees. It's the best bridge platform out there, which I use almost on a daily basis, of course, also to farm the airdrop here in this case on different wallets. For example, I qualified on 7 different wallets for the wormhole airdrop, which got me a 5-figure airdrop amount of the wormhole token, of course, as soon as the wormhole token is claimable. Here in this case, I think Jumper has a similar potential. Of course, they don't have that big funding as wormhole did. Here in this case, they raised 23 million US dollars. Lie.fi here in this case is the company or the technology behind all of that. And you can see they have big backers like, for example, Coinbase Ventures and Dragonfly Capital. So tier 1 VCs, which of course is always good to see in such kind of a project. So what you want to do here is very simple. You just want to do organic bridge transactions. And I want to repeat that here. Just do it organic. We saw that Wormhole, for example, blacklisted a lot of people or didn't give them an airdrop because they just spammed transactions, 5 to 10 to 15 transactions every single day from the same wallet, which is of course not organic. So try to do it as organic as possible on as many wallets as possible. Because what you can basically do here is you can of course use their bridge service, you can use the gas top up feature to get some tokens on different chains, and you can of course also on-ramp your crypto through this platform. I have no experience with doing that. I'm usually just using their bridge. So first thing, you want to connect your wallet. In my case, I use the Rabby wallet. And then if we use the example here from Optimism Ethereum, we want to bridge over to Arbitrum and also use Ethereum here in this case. Then you can also, for example, choose the wallet you want to bridge to. If you don't want to bridge to the same wallet you have connected to this page, you just enter the wallet address and you can bridge to another wallet. And then you just choose the amount here in this case and you click on exchange and it shows you the options which are currently available. And you can already see, because Jumper doesn't charge any fees over here, that it's very cheap to bridge through this platform. Sometimes you pay less than 5 cents for a bridge transaction and they have a whole variety of bridges which you can choose from. You should of course pay attention to the bridge provider here, because there might be some platforms which also don't have a token yet, and this would then be a 2-in-1 opportunity to bridge over through these protocols. So that should do it on today's overview. Let you know if you ever heard about this project I mentioned in today's video and if you're already farming for them. If you don't want to miss information like that in the future, I provide videos like that on a daily basis here. If you like today's one, hit the like button. Thanks for watching and see you in my next one.